Hi guys, so gonna title this video, title this video, Where Have I Been? Mental health, and then where am I going? Along with what happened to the bodybuilding prep. So, as you know, I was supposed to be doing a bodybuilding prep about 16 weeks. Turns out, and it kind of fell through. So I started it October 3rd of last year, so 2025. And I ended it. So I did do the whole full 16 weeks. I ended it on January 25th. I didn't compete, obviously. I wasn't really ready for personal reasons and for other reasons outside of my control. And I'll go into that. So for those that are wondering, no, I did not compete, which was sad. I also don't think I was ready. Going from like lifting in my garage / recreational powerlifting and then trying to, flip the script and go into bodybuilding. There's a lot more that I needed to learn and do before I could even go on stage. There's still a lot more I need to do and learn. So that being said, no, I did not compete. It kind of fell through. Am I upset? Yes, but I think it actually was a good thing that it kind of fell through. And one of the good reasons is because of my coach. So the coach that I had did not live in the same state as me. He lived in Texas. I live in Oregon. That's like two total opposite, climates and like states, obviously. I found this coach through my fiance's hairdresser because that was her husband. All in all, it was good in the beginning, and then it kind of like fell down through, like maybe I would say week 10. It was just a lot of lack of communication. And then some of the stuff he had me doing made it seem like he was just writing it down and making it up. And I can go into that detail a little bit later. So in the beginning, it was good until it wasn't. The first week, my body kind of got shocked. So when I weighed in the first week, I was 237 pounds. Obviously, I wasn't as lean as I am right now. Oh, my cat's about to come over here. If you can see him in the background, he's probably trying to figure out who I'm talking to. You have to stay out the video. Anyway, so I was 235, 237 pounds. I did have some fat on me because I was just powerlifting. I was doing like rep range between like 3 to 5 or like 5 and 8. Wasn't really doing any hypertrophy work unless it was my accessory stuff. My cat. Okay. If you want to knock, do you want to knock the camera over? Or do you want to be in the video? Okay. Cat's gonna be in the video, guys. This is Da Vinci. He's my cat. He's attached to me for some reason. Anyway, so at the end of the prep, I guess you'd call it. It wouldn't be a prep, I guess it would be a cut. I weighed in at 221.4, so I did lose a lot of weight. I did hold on to a lot of muscle because of the calories I was eating. My calories did drop. I was usually getting about 5,000 calories in, but then this averaged about 3,700. So my calories did drop substantial. And I definitely felt it. That's why my body got shocked. So first week and a half, I guess, I ended up in the hospital. I had gotten a viral infection called the Coxsackie virus. That's kind of like the hand, but it wasn't really in depth as that. I just had a lot of like ulcers in the back of my throat and my mouth. And then on top of that, I ended up getting a bacterial infection. And so my immune system was weak from the virus, and then my immune system was weak from the bacteria infection. And then all that being said, since my immune system was weak, I ended up getting pneumonia. So it was just like a concoction of everything. I was feeling like SpongeBob, I had the suds, if anybody knows that reference. Ended up working out, got out of that, was super fatigued. What the bad part is with my mentality, I just like to go, 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 go. And then working out is my life. So even though before I even, got diagnosed or anything, I was still working out, even feeling sick. And I think that's what made it worse. It made my immune system weaker. Got through that, was going through prep. It was good. There was a lot of food that I was eating that I hadn't really eaten You know, ground turkey, ground beef. I usually eat that. Ground turkey, I wasn't eating. Potatoes, a lot of bland stuff. So I had to like mix and match a lot of things. I was supposed to eat a lot of rice, but I ended up the volume of rice is so much, like it sits in your stomach so much. So I just decided I like, you know what, I'll just make it cream of rice. And so now I've been on this cream of rice kick and stuff like that, which I still do, even though I'm out of prep. So it was going good until it wasn't, like I said. And so what happened was, I was supposed to do check-ins with photos and weigh-ins every other Friday. I would do that, and then I was supposed to get my meal plan on Saturday. Sometimes my coach would not get my meal plan till Tuesday. So from Saturday to Tuesday, I'm like, what am I supposed to eat? Like I have food here. How am I supposed to weigh it? Or I'm running out of food because I haven't gone to Costco yet because I need to know what I'm eating. And I'm also supposed to somehow get a new workout plan. So the workout plan, I'll go into detail with that. Was really weird. It was kind of old schoolish. I think a lot of the old school bodybuilders would do it. For leg day, it was squats, 4 sets of 15, as heavy as I can go at good form. And then we got to accessories. It was like 4 sets of 20 on everything. So we got 4 sets of 20 on leg curls, 4 set laying, seating, and standing, which is outrageous. You know, we're not Tom Platz here. And then leg extensions was 4 sets of 20, calf raises 4 sets of 20. I feel like it was just made up. When you go to chest day, we're doing incline bench, we're doing flat bench, and we're doing decline bench. And if you guessed it, 4 sets of 20. So coming from, as a strength athlete, when I was more focused on moving weight instead of controlling the weight, yeah, I can move 225 around for 20 plus reps, when I was, 237. And then but you can't really do, 225 for 4 sets of 20, even though you can do it for 1 set of 20. So the goal was hit it for 20. I can't get it for 20 again, drop the weight, hit that weight for 20, boom. By the time you get down to like the decline press, then, you're already done 160 times 2, so 320. So you're already at 320 reps. You get to decline. You're just doing, the bar with a 25 on the side. So you're doing 95 pounds for 4 sets of 20. That's not the half of it. There was still accessory work. There's cable flies, those dumbbell press after that. My shoulders were really getting beat up. Same thing with, back stuff. I got barbell rows, 4 sets of 20 or 4 sets of 15, which is outrageous. It's just all this like rep work. It was super taxing. I actually kind of enjoyed it. I think that's what helped me actually gain a lot of definition and lose a lot of body fat. It was just the high rep stuff. Obviously, it built the endurance as well. But it was tiring because, you're doing especially on squats, I kind of have bad knees. They click a lot sometimes when I squat. I could squat heavy. The most I've ever done was 405. But you're not doing, no, not 405. The most I've done was 505, but the most I've done for, 10 reps was 405. I did that sleeveless and beltless, but I'm not going to be doing, 405 for 15 4 sets. That's just like impossible for me right now. I'm not like a professional. So it kind of got taxing on the legs and the joints and stuff like that. So I asked him and I was like, look, we're going to switch it up. We are going to switch it up. He said, boom. He sent me this ChatGPT made program and I called, excuse my language, bullshit when I saw it. And I knew I was getting scammed. By the way, so he made an exception for me. He usually does, it costs $1,200 for the 16 weeks. I can't cough up $1,200. Maybe some people can't. $1,200 is a lot for me, especially here on the West Coast when the cost of living is super high. And I just can't do that. So he was allowing me to do, split it up. I give him $300 every month for 4 months. But you got a cat here on me, bro. I was like, I felt like I wasn't getting my money worth. The meal plan, by far, that was the best thing because when it comes to working out, nutrition is about 80 to 90% of everything. And the diet is like, that's the diet is that. And then training is like, the 10 to 20%, you can't out train a bad diet. Food comes first, the training plan comes last. Supplementation is obviously the very last thing because they're supplementing stuff. Don't get it mixed up. Buy chicken before you buy protein powder. Anyway, back to the plan. So he then moved me to 5x5s, which was a strength phase. Okay. I've done 5x5s before and they were not like this. And I'm talking, he said verbatim, 5x5s, go as heavy as possible without breaking form. So we're doing 5x5 on barbell rows, which I don't mind. 5x5 on is meant for compound lifts. I like that. You know, I can do 225, 245, 5x5. We're good. I like that. Now you want me to do lat pull downs as heavy as possible. Perfect form. 5x5. Sounds like an injury is going to happen. We're doing bicep curls. Bicep curls. 5x5. As heavy as possible. Perfect form. He called this shocking the muscle. I had talked to a different coach, the coach that I have right now, which I'll go into detail later in the video. You do not see bodybuilders doing 5x5. That's a strength thing. That's like a small block. What really got me is when we go to chest day, we're going to do incline dumbbell press, 5x5. Okay. As heavy as possible, perfect form. Sounds like a shoulder injury happening. Like that's opportunity for a shoulder injury. Then we're going to go to flat dumbbell, 5x5. Boom. Okay. So when it comes to chest, I would think, you know, want me to do an incline or want me to do a flat bench for 5x5, not the dumbbell version. Chest flies, remember, as heavy as possible with perfect form, 5x5. It just sounds like you want me to tear a pec. Leg day. We did squats, 5x5. Cool with that. You know, like I said, compound lifts is what 5x5 is meant for. Go to the accessories. Leg extensions, 5x5, as heavy as possible. It makes no freaking sense. The worst one was walking dumbbell lunges, 5x5. I just don't think there's a lot of stimulus there, and you want me to go as heavy as possible. You know, I can do Bulgarian split squats with the hundreds in each hand. So how you want me to, you know, you want me to do walking lunges? Come on, buddy. You know, with 100-pound dumbbells, it's not going to happen. I'm going to end up blowing my knee out and blowing my back out. Calf raises, 5x5 as heavy as possible. Come on now, you're definitely shocking the muscle, but there's no stimulus. So I kind of figured out I was getting, you know, and I talked to a buddy that I work with that also workouts too at a bodybuilding gym. He was like, yo, this is bullcrap. And at that point, I knew I was like, since he had gotten most of his money, he was just like pulling me through the ropes. And so nonchalant, I kind of just went off the program. I was like, you know, F this. I'm going to stick to the meals because the meals is what really helped. And then I'm going to do my own stuff. And, you know, he had a lot of bullcrap excuses for when he didn't see my meal plan or when he didn't see my workout. I was in the hospital getting heart surgery. I just woke up, you know, and then he used that excuse multiple times. My phone was broken. The CPU on my MacBook is messed up. I couldn't send it to you, but little does he know, I work at T-Mobile, you know, I work for a corporate. And when you send me your emails, it says sent via iPhone. So it's like, I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I know stuff about technology. You know, if your email wasn't working on your computer, you can, you know, you can send it from your phone. It's a small computer, basically. I'm not Gen Z out here. And so, you know, January 25th came around, we ended it. He had just got out of the hospital again. And he was like, just let me know if you want to continue. No hard feelings if you don't want to. I kind of lied to him and said I need to get caught up because of the Christmas money that I spent, knowing dang well I wasn't going to go back to him. You need to choose if you want to be up here or not, buddy. You want to be in the video? Is it going to be the Javinci show today? Don't knock the phone over, buddy. Through this whole process near the end, my friend, I'm not going to name his name, buddy I worked with, he was more of like the bodybuilding style instead of strength style. He put me on to the coach that I have right now. So I do have a new coach, and it's going great so far. I'm not going to say anything's going wrong because they're not. Communication is there, and he's very prompt. Instead of dropping $300 a month, it's only $225 a month, and that includes the training program and the meal plan. So I started, let's say 2 days ago. I started 3 days ago. Within 2 days, I had my training plan. I was already onboarded through his program and app. I should be getting my meal plan tonight, and I'll go grocery shopping and meal prep. But everything is like, I can message him on his personal number. I can message him in his in the app, and he replies within 24 hours. It's not not even 24 hours. He replies within, like, you know, 3 to 5 hours. I don't have to like boom, 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 you know? And so that's good. So what's going to go on with this coach is I'm not going to be training for a show. There's still a lot I need to learn. I think the last go around, I didn't ask a lot of questions, which I mean, he wasn't going to answer them because when I did ask a question, it would take like 16 days to reply. That's another thing, like lack of communication. With the coach I have right now, I've already I've already asked some questions, and he's already taught me stuff. You know, through the app, you track your workout and your sets and your reps. And it'll be like, I think you need to do this. You need to do this better. It looks like you were, you know, you weren't doing this. And I was like, boom. Like, as soon as I finished my workout and uploaded it, within like 5 minutes, I'm walking out the gym, and then he's already responded to it. And it's like crazy. So this guy's on his stuff, and I appreciate that, you know, because you know I like the communication. I was always taught no communication is the worst communication because you leave somebody in the limbo of not know what's going on. Um, with that being said, the journey still continues. I will not be doing a show anytime soon. I used the last coach as a learning process, specifically for the nutrition. This one, I think the coach I have right now, um, it's month to month. I don't. So far, I don't think I want to cancel. He's doing pretty good, but I want to do at least 8 to 9 months, maybe a year, of getting the groove down of everything, before I even want to do like another 16-week prep. And he told me if I wanted to do a show, he would not be training me. Um, and I'll tell you why, and I appreciate what he said. He will pass me on to his coach, um, because he doesn't like how. So when it comes to getting on stage, all the water depleting and carb depleting and all the other like water loading and all the stuff it does to your body just to get on stage and be super lean, it's a mental taxing. People go through a lot of depression, suicidal stuff. People could, you know, there's a lot of bodybuilders that die, and he doesn't want to be responsible for that. And I appreciate his honesty in doing that. Um, so that being said, the plan forward for a show is no time soon. It's just going to be, I will be recreational bodybuilding and on the fitness journey. This guy's biting me. Um, of learning more knowledge through him. So I am going to talk about mental health in this video as well. One thing that happened is when I left my coach before I got into um, self-coaching, before I got this coach, I did have like a mental crisis because I kind of like lost my identity, because it's like I was strength training and I was trying to get a bodybuilding show, and then that fell through. You know, I got scammed $1,200. And I just didn't know what I was doing. And I kind of had like, you know, 2 or 3 days where I was like super depressed. You know, I had to take LOA from work because I couldn't really be around anybody. You know, my personality was like not here. I was kind of numb, didn't know like what I was going to do. We're better now. Mental health has always been an issue in my life. But I mean, we're better now. Not 100% there, but we're good, you know. Um, as long as I can see something planned and move forward, then I know it's going to be a good process and a good day and a good life. Um, I would say, to add on to anything, I kind of won't be recording any more video. Well, I might record some workout videos. It's just kind of hard. I'm no longer really working out in my garage. I now am going to a public gym, which is good, you know, because there's a lot of things that I wanted to do that I can't do in my garage, i.e., you know, I kind of stopped barbell squatting. I did get, you know, there's a return on investment on barbell squatting. You know, I can squat 500, blah blah blah. I stopped deadlifting. I can deadlift. I mean, I'm not trying to put my numbers out there. I can deadlift 675. Can I deadlift that now? No, I could probably pull 6 with straps. I probably pull 565 hook grip. Bench, I might be able to do 330 right now. I'm not quite sure. There's a lot of glycogen depleted out of me. Definitely going off tangent in this video. And I'm looking away because I can't really stare at the video because I feel like I'm like staring at myself. I need to drink some water. So my channel's gonna kind of go down a little bit. I know I had like a couple returning viewers. I had one, I think his name is Mike, and then I had another one. I don't really know his name. Mike was very supportive of the journey. I was supportive of his journey too. And so let's see how to finish this video up. This is raw, no edited. I'm just gonna post it. New coach, optimistic. There was a point where I was self-coaching myself and self-training myself between coaches. But it's all going well, you know. I'm looking at enjoying the next 8 to 12 months. Not saying that you're not going to see me 8 to 12 months. But I'll record as much as I can. I just don't want to be that person in the gym that acts like I'm the main character of the world. You know, I'm the main character in my garage, you know, because it's my garage and I like lifting in my garage. But at a gym, it's kind of different. I kind of want to respect other people's places, you know, because they go there too. Some of the exercises that I am enjoying now, hack squat. I've always wanted to try that. I have access to a leg press machine now. No more barbell work. It's going to be Smith machine only, which I really like. I have heavy dumbbells now because the dumbbells I have here in my garage go from 60 and then they jump to 100. So there's nowhere to train in between. So here I can train in between. I think that's about it. I might wrap this up. I need to drink some water. I'm a little dehydrated. Oh, another thing I learned, cardio. Cardio is really important. It got me really super conditioned. This is the leanest I've been. For some reason, I keep losing weight. I think it's just, and my theory is this: during the summertime, I lose the most weight because I work out with my garage open and it's super hot. During the wintertime, I don't lose as much weight because it's really me when I'm warming up or even working out, and if I'm dripping sweat and I'm soaking sweat and I got to take my shirt off, I know it's gonna go work out. During the wintertime, it's kind of hard, freezing cold. And even when it's freezing cold, I work out with the garage open. It's just when I have the garage shut, it's like me being trapped inside my mind. It's kind of like an analogy. Like my mind is on myself, but if I open the garage, then I'm free to the world, and I'm living outside and not inside my head. But when it's like 46, 36, 32 degrees outside and you're trying to squat, man, your knees are not going to get warm. So I think one reason why I keep losing weight is now that I'm going to an Access or public gym, I can sweat more, which is good. You know, I like sweating. Going on a tangent here, probably going to stop the video soon. Feel free to comment anything you want to say. If you have any questions about what was going on, I appreciate the support. I appreciate the returning viewers. I'm not gonna name drop too many people. I know Mike is one of them. He's a big supporter. I'm a big supporter of his channel too. I think he's like a dad of 3, a dad of 4, and a husband. He does jujitsu or something like that. But he is still at it in the garage, squatting heavy weight. So there's no excuse. No excuse. Some things I might do on the channel coming up are supplement reviews, pre-workout reviews mainly. I've been getting into a lot of pre-workouts, specifically non-stem pump. Just let me know what you guys want to hear, want to learn, if you have any questions. I know I kind of went on tangent, but I did the gist of everything. I went over everything, went over the old coach, the new coach, you know, the depression I went through, and the mental health. And, you know, none of this obviously would be happening if it wasn't for my fiance. She's very supportive, and I am appreciative that I have her in my life. I'm blessed that, you know, I'm able to continue on this fitness journey wherever it takes me. You know, she's helped me stay sober. She's helped me, you know, do what I got to do to get to where I'm going. And so thanks to her. I appreciate her. I appreciate all you guys. And like I said, any questions, just drop them in a comment if anybody watches this video, because I am just a small-time creator. All right, peace, guys.